Once upon a time in a faraway land, there lived a poor young man who was extremely unhappy with his life. One day, he decided to end his life. As he was walking towards the river, he met an old wise man sitting under a tree. The old man asked him, "Where are you going?" The young man replied, "I am going to end my life. My life is full of pain and suffering, and I can't take it anymore." The old man said, "Why didn't you come and sit with me for a while and let me tell you a story?" The young man sat down and the old man began to speak. There once was a king who had everything one could ever desire: wealth, power, and fame. But despite having it all, the king was deeply unhappy and felt like his life had no meaning. One day, the king went to a sage and asked him, "How can I be happy?" The sage replied, "You already have everything you need to be happy, but you are not letting go of the things that are stopping you from being happy." The king was confused and asked, "What do you mean?" The sage said, "You are holding on to your worries and problems so tightly that they have become bigger than they actually are. Let them go, and they will vanish into thin air. Hold on to them, and they will drag you down into the abyss of misery. The choice is yours." The king thought about what the sage had told him and realized that he had been holding on to his worries and problems for so long that they had become a burden. He took a deep breath and let go of all his worries and problems. And as he did, he felt a sense of peace and happiness wash over him. From that day on, the king lived a life of joy and contentment, no longer burdened by his past mistakes or future worries. He understood the true meaning of happiness and shared it with everyone he met. After the old man finished the story, the young man was deeply moved by what he had heard. He realized that he, like the king, had been holding on to his problems and worries for far too long, and they had become bigger than they needed to be. He had been focusing on all the negative things in his life, and had forgotten to appreciate the beauty around him. But now, after hearing the story of the king, he understood that the solution to his problems lay in letting go. With newfound determination, the young man thanked the old man for his wisdom and started his journey back home. As he walked, he thought about all the things he needed to let go of. He had been holding on to anger and resentment towards his father for abandoning him as a child. He had been carrying this burden for so long that it had become a heavy weight on his heart. But now, he understood that by continuing to hold on to his anger, he was only hurting himself. He decided to forgive his father and release the anger that had been consuming him for so many years. He also realized that he had been holding on to a deep sadness over the loss of his mother when he was just a baby. He had never known her, and yet he had carried the grief of her absence for his entire life. It was as though he was still holding on to a piece of his past that did not belong to him. With a heavy heart, he decided to let go of his sadness and move forward with his life. As he continued his walk, he came across a group of children playing happily in a field. Their laughter was contagious, and he found himself smiling. He realized that he had been so focused on his problems that he had forgotten to enjoy the simple pleasures in life. He decided to let go of his worries and live in the moment. He spent the rest of the day playing with the children, and for the first time in a long time, he felt truly happy. From that day on, the young man made it his mission to let go of all the negative emotions that had been holding him back. He started to focus on the positive aspects of his life and the things he was grateful for. He reached out to old friends and rekindled relationships that had been neglected. He began to see the world around him with new eyes and appreciated the beauty in every moment. As the years went by, the young man became known throughout the land for his infectious laughter and his ability to find happiness in every situation. He became a mentor to many, sharing with them the secret to living a life of joy and contentment. And it all started with one simple decision: to let go. Now, pay attention, because this story has a lot to teach us. The biggest problem in our life is that we keep on holding on to grudges and wounds from the past. We don't know how to let go. There are people who haven't spoken to their family for years simply because of some misunderstandings. Friendships have been destroyed because of small arguments. Relationships have been ruined because of ego and the inability to apologize. Many keep on thinking about past mistakes again and again and feel terrible about themselves. They get stuck in the past and miss out on the present moment. We often say, "Oh, I wish things were different." Well, here's the harsh truth. Life isn't fair. Things will not always be the way you want them to be. People will not always treat you fairly, and sometimes life will throw lemons at you. So what should you do in such situations? Simple: make lemonade. That's right. Make the best out of whatever situation you are in. Because complaining about it won't change anything. A lot of us waste our precious time thinking about the past and worrying about the future. We say things like, "If only I had done something differently, then maybe things would be better." Stop it right there. The past is immutable. It cannot be changed. Thinking about the past won't solve anything. It's like trying to catch the wind. Instead of wasting your energy on things you cannot control, focus on the present moment. That is the only moment that truly matters. When you start focusing on the present, you'll realize that you have the power to shape your future. You see, the future is not set in stone. It is malleable and can be shaped by your actions in the present. So instead of worrying about the future, focus on the present and take small steps towards creating the future you desire. Sometimes you have to lose everything to realize what is truly important in life. When we have everything we want, we often take it for granted. But when we experience loss, we learn to appreciate what we have. We discover the true meaning of love, friendship, and loyalty. We learn to cherish the little things in life and to be grateful for every moment. Losing everything can be a blessing in disguise, a chance to start over and create a better future. When you lose everything, you have nothing to hold on to. You are free from the burdens of the past and can start fresh. This can be a liberating feeling, a chance to reinvent yourself and create a new life. You have the opportunity to learn from your mistakes and create a better future. In a nutshell, the story teaches us 3 profound lessons about life. Number 1, don't hold on to grudges and wounds from the past. Learn to forgive and move on. 2, focus on the present moment. That is the only moment that truly matters. Number 3, sometimes you have to lose everything to realize what is truly important in life. Losing everything can be a blessing in disguise. Have you ever lost everything? If so, what did you learn from the experience? Share your story in the comments below and inspire others. And now it's time for your daily reminder. Remember that you matter, you are valuable, and your life has a purpose. Never, ever forget that. If you liked the video, show your support. And if you're new here, subscribe to stay updated. Wishing you all the best in your life. Take care.